Hi there, Loy from loymachedo.com and whoisloymachedo.com. Today, I just want to give you a detailed book review of the book that is Rich Dad and Poor Dad, Robert T. Kiyosaki. Now, I have the book. I don't know where I kept the book. I have the book and the MP3 CD. I made sure I read the book and the MP3 CD. And this time, what I did is I took detailed notes just to make sure that I could give value to the viewers who are actually looking. Now, let's start off with what is this book about. This book revolves around three characters. That is one, the poor dad. Next one is the rich dad. That is Robert Kiyosaki's not actual father. And the son himself, or the narrator, who is Robert Kiyosaki himself. So Robert Kiyosaki, his real father, who is the poor dad, and his friend's father, who is the rich dad. Okay, so there are three characters. Now, what are the characteristics of the poor dad? The characteristics of the poor dad, he's like the typical father, who tells you, you need to study if you have to survive, you need to get good marks in the exam, you need to, pass in school and get very high marks, then you need to go to some Ivy League university and, earn exceptional marks, have a great career. Then your major goal should be to get into a Fortune 500 company and climb your way right up to the top, and then, run through the rat race, then prove it to the company that you're number one, and the rest of your life is lived like that. Okay, so that is the poor dad. The poor dad, what a poor dad does is always keeps telling the son, study, 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 study. There's no other life out there into creativity, into dancing, into singing. Just focus on being formal and formal education. Characteristics of the rich dad. The rich dad is apparently a person who didn't have education, didn't succeed in academics, and he moved into business, learned finance, learned financial, the tricks and tips of the financial world, learned how to run a business, learned how to invest, learned how to get into the stock markets, learned how to get into the real estate market, and he's the type who taught other people how to succeed, became a mentor, and finally, succeeded in life overall. So now he has given the good side and the bad side, or rather he has positioned the poor dad as the typical father whom you'll see most of them, the parents. The rich dad as this exceptional rare breed of successful people who succeed. And yes, in many ways, if you actually look at it, it is true. What he has said is absolutely true. Today, if you look around, you see the people who who work as employees. They are the rank holders. They are the ones who focus on following the trend. And the dropouts are very few, if not all. They are the ones who are successful. So now, coming back to the book, the author, what he says is, it focuses on I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples. Okay, one is the need for financial literacy. The second one is how the power of corporations contribute to making the wealth even wealthier. The laws of the country are even supporting the wealthy, it seems. How you should learn to mind your own business, as in your own financials, then overcoming obstacles by not laziness, fear, cynicism, and other negative attitudes. And finally, recognizing the characteristics of human beings. Preconceived notions like, greed is not good, and, money is the root cause of all evil, stuff like that. The author presents 6 major lessons in the book, six of them. The first one is, the rich don't work for money. Money apparently works for them. The importance of financial literacy, which is very, very important, not just studies. The third one is minding your own business, learning how to mind your business. Taxes and corporations, how you should know how to play around within the legal framework and save money. Then the rich always keep inventing money and investing money. And finally, the need to work and learn, not to work for money, to keep learning. Okay, so these are the 6 major lessons. And some of the tips by Robert Kiyosaki, this very guy, what he says on how to be rich. First one is, find a strong purpose for living. Second one is, feed the mind with educational learning. Both I agree. Then choose your friends carefully. Very much, I totally agree. Pay yourself first. Also, I agree. Employ the services of world-class professionals and pay them world-class. Again, I agree. Have heroes that stimulate the human mind into thinking, if they can do it, why can't I? Again, I agree. Teach and you shall receive. Brilliant. Stop doing what you're doing if that is no longer working or viable. Perfect common sense. And look for real estate investing opportunities, which I'm not too sure about. Okay. Now, the chapters in the book, there are, I think, 10 chapters. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Rich Doesn't Work for Money, Why They Teach You Financial Literacy, Minding on a Business, History of Tax, Power of Corporations, Rich Invent Money, Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money, Overcoming Obstacles, Still Started, Still Want More, Here's Some Do's and Don'ts. Okay. Now, the criticisms of the book is what I want to focus on. Now, you need to understand that Robert Kiyosaki is very successful. He has written this book, and imagine, I read it when I was young. I'm reading it again. Now, these are the criticisms which I feel in the book. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 criticisms. Okay. The first one is Robert Kiyosaki pictures a very one-dimensional picture. He just paints this one-dimensional picture where earning money and becoming rich is very simple. Save money, invest, generate, and reinvest. Okay, that's about it. Save money. So you save money, you invest it, then you generate the money and you reinvest it. But it's not as simple as that. I wish it was as simple as, okay, invest in something. Oh, suddenly you'll get the money, take it out, invest, reinvest. It doesn't work that way. Second one is Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes that making money is in the real estate where he has made his fortunes. He fails to address the issue why someone such as a celebrity like Donald Trump, who believes in the same, why did he fail so miserably? Then Kiyosaki says winners learn from failures. However, Robert Kiyosaki has not mentioned a single failure of himself, okay, or what he has done. He also, his advice on making money is via IPOs is completely wrong, because I spoke to a couple of guys who are into the stock market. What they said is, Robert Kiyosaki says invest little money, as little money as possible, just before the IPO filing, so you get a large discount. Apparently, it doesn't seem to work that way. Others, everyone would have done the same thing. Then he also speaks about spending less, being only focusing on what he wants, and then he talks about his Rolex. He drives on, the fact that he drove around in a Porsche. I mean, why are you trying to impress people with a Porsche and Rolex if you are preaching that you need to be humble and simple? Today, yes, it's very expensive and not many people have it. I just felt it's slightly contradictory. And yes, there are a lot of rich people who don't feel the need to buy these stuff. Then the book also claims that you should learn the secret to success. Okay, the secret to success is going to school is useless. You need to quit your job. You need to invest and move into investment. Now, if everyone started to do that, this economy would collapse. It's not possible. Then one of the biggest drawbacks that I felt of the book, which was highlighted, is he says that rich people are those who give up this rat race and they move into investing. There are a lot of educated people. There are a lot of people who are working as employees who are very successful, earning very big salaries, and they're investing, and I think they're pretty happy. So they would not connect to this book. They would feel that this book is very generic in nature. And then finally, this book makes that golden claim. The golden claim that there is a secret to success which the rich people know and you don't. And if you want to know the secret of this success, you need to buy my book, which is absolutely rubbish. The only reason Robert Kiyosaki became rich is because people are buying his books, going for his courses, buying his material. So that's how he became rich. Okay. So now my final comments. There are 3 major strategies that Kiyosaki recommends. First is you need to form your own corporation, okay, in order to become rich. The loophole over there is that a lot of people have formed their own corporations and gone bankrupt. So Robert Kiyosaki does not focus on this part. Who is this? Okay, let me put it pause. The second one is the real estate has this secret to success where if you invest, you have to pay very little tax or liability. He totally forgets to mention Donald Trump, okay, or the market crash, or the 2008 market crash, okay. Then he also says you need to get tips from your friends from the inside of the stock market, insider information, and that's how you can invest smart. This can be looked upon as doing illegal trading, and it kind of gives you this image how they had in Wolf of Wall Street. What's his name? Jordan Belfort. Okay, it kind of gives you that feeling that you can become rich and famous. It doesn't work that way. A lot of people have lost a lot of money. So Robert Kiyosaki is not very much. He's not very practical in his approach. And yes, the book it connects to you on a deep level, but it's not very practical. So overall, I just feel that Robert Kiyosaki connects to people the words that he used, the language that he used, the facts that he mentioned is reality. Yes, today's educational system is not at par with international standards with what people want. Yes, most of the fathers and mothers and parents tell their children get high marks or you'll not succeed. And yes, people are not enjoying being in the rat race. However, what is the solution? The solution is not just jumping into business or trying something of your own. There is no guarantee to success. And yes, there is no such thing as you have the secret and your secret alone is the secret to success. So, personally, I feel this book is a good read. It captures the imagination. It kind of shows you how the world really is. However, it's not a solution. It is not a key to open the lock for this kind of secret. The secret doesn't exist. Yes, at the end of the day, you need to understand Robert Kiyosaki is also a businessman. He's trying to sell his book and he's trying to make some money. So, would I recommend you to buy the book? Yes, go ahead. I recommend this book at a 6 out of 10 because I do think it still has words of wisdom. However, if you think that investing in the real estate or stock market is going to solve your problems, absolutely not. There is no such theory which is proved that investing in anything will give you guaranteed results. So, Loy from loymachedo.com, well, unless of course it's land or something. Okay, Loy from loymachedo.com, telling you this is my book review for Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Let me know what you think. Goodbye for now.